A new Warriors book release means a new dive into Ashfur theory, and wow, this dude is confusing. I've talked on and on about why I think Ashfur is the cat who possessed Bramblestar in the Silent Thaw, so I won't repeat myself, but I will say that this book makes it even more obvious. His squirrel flight obsession simply does not fit with any other cat. And the part where he says, "It's good to see you haven't lost your fire, squirrel flight," he mewed silkily. "It reminds me of the old days. You used to stand up to me then, too." That's 100% a fire scene reference. You can't convince me otherwise. So yeah, Ashfur being the evil cat isn't formally confirmed, but for the sake of my theory, he is the cat. There's just so much evidence pointing towards the cat being from StarClan, and there is no other evil StarClan cat who fits the part. So what I really want to talk about in this video are the questions left behind at the end of the Silent Thaw. What are Ashfur's motives? Does Ashfur have other cats on his side? Why isn't StarClan coming back? And who the heck attacked Shadowsight? So what is going on with Ashfur's plan? Because one thing's for certain, protecting the warrior code is the least of his concerns. He breaks the code himself time and time again, rejecting the Elder's right to eat first, giving the ThunderClan cats cruel punishments, and so on. The book has a list of 7 cats mentioned as codebreakers: Dovewing, Crowfeather, Squirrelflight, Jayfeather, Twigbranch, Lionblaze, and Mothwing. Just a note, Lost Stars originally included Tree in this list as well, but it appears that the writing team decided against including him going forward. One thing that's important to note is that not all codebreakers are captured here, Tigerstar being specifically pointed out as an example of this. Put this together with the fact that Ashfur doesn't care about the code, and it's obvious. My best guess is that Ashfur points out these cats specifically because they are the ones who pose the biggest threat to him. He is desperate to come up with an excuse to get them exiled, sending Squirrelflight away and being moments from sending Jay, Lion, and Twig off as well. Why are they such a big threat? Well, we don't know, but they do all have a history of being disloyal to leaders in the name of the greater good. Squirrelflight stood up against Bramble in her Super Edition. Crowfeather fought a lot with 1 star in his story. Jay, Lion, and Dove went behind Firestar's back when investigating their powers. And Dovewing abandoned ThunderClan for the safety of her kits. Twigbranch went behind everyone's back to find SkyClan. Mothwing fought Misty Star's backlash when it was revealed that she didn't believe in StarClan. Ashfur is out to take down the cats who are brave enough to fight for their beliefs and most likely oppose him. Codebreaker accusations are only an excuse. But where he falls short is that there are several more brave cats out there than he hoped for. Sure, we still have good old Berrynose and Bumblestripe being their stinky selves, but Stemleaf and Bristlefrost and all of ShadowClan, they're figuring out what's up. So what is up exactly? So far we know that Bramblestar was possessed, he's interested in stirring up conflict, he has an agenda against cats who oppose him, and codebreaking and StarClan are the least of his concerns. So I have a prediction on what the next phase of his plan is. Killing. Why else would he be so concerned with exiling? He wants to put them in vulnerable positions where they can be picked off. Sparkpelt and Lionblaze got roughed up and could have very easily died. Sparkpelt in particular had an actual trap set up for her. Ashfur is not sending them out expecting them to be safe, that's for sure. That's why he made a big deal about wanting Squirrelflight's exile to put her outside of clan territory, because if she's in ShadowClan, she's safe. And I think it's not just Ashfur. He might be getting clever with support from idiot spies, but there are events in this book that just can't be explained by a single cat. We know that Ashfur comes from StarClan, and he somehow shut off the entirety of Connection. Squirrelflight's hope revealed that StarClan has a little pool thingy that acts as a bridge, so Ashfur could have fiddled with that. But what's much more likely is that there was a full-on rebellion in StarClan that shoved all the existing goodies into total submission. And when we assume that Ashfur has a whole team behind him, everything comes together perfectly. Ashfur is killing cats so that his buddies have bodies to take control of. And he doesn't just want any old bodies, he wants the bodies of young and strong clan cats. Ashfur also makes the very vague statement of hearing rumors that Squirrelflight hadn't left clan territory, which could be explained if he had a ghost squad because in theory they could look over the clans because they're StarClan cats with StarClan powers, and they could constantly be reporting back to him. Also, you may have noticed in the book that ShadowClan has an awful lot of problems with their trees. Branches falling, cats falling out of trees. Maybe the branches were tampered with to put them in danger, which has the initial goal of getting Shadowsight to spill his false vision, but it also ended up freeing Ashfur's body. I mean, they did bury it, but maybe some cat dug it up. Maybe he got so delusional because a cat was messing with his mind, and once he was dead, said cat took over. Which leads into my theory on Shadowsight's attacker. It would be super lame if after waiting for 5 months it was just Bramblestar attacking or Berrynose or something. We know they're evil. That's not a cool surprise. We need a huge reveal to come out of this. Some very interesting details are dropped during this quick scene, including the stench of mint hitting the back of Shadowsight's throat and the cat dropping on him like a hawk. Mint is an herb used by medicine cats, so maybe we're talking about our first evil medicine cat here? Could Hawk be referring to Hawkheart, the old Wind Clan medicine cat? Is Hawkheart in Ashfur's body? Hawkheart wanted to be a fierce warrior, but he was forced into the life of a medicine cat. Perhaps he has some resentment towards StarClan. Perhaps a lot of cats have resentment towards StarClan, feeling they died before they really lived out their purpose, which was a concept that was explored in Squirrelflight's Hope. Mudclaw of Wind Clan would also be a good example for this type of cat, as he was rejected right when he was about to be leader. Maybe Crowfeather's body is on his wish list so he can finally live out that life. These StarClan rebels are in deep desire for a second chance at life, where they can live out their ambitions. Hawkheart can be a warrior, Ashfur can be in power, and so on. If Shadowsight dies, I think it would be safe to say that we would get a new StarClan rebel possessing his body, and then Shadowsight would have to use Rootpaw to communicate with the living cats. More death follows, and the result is a huge war between possessed cats with their stupid supporters and the opposition to said cats. By picking off the living cats and replacing them, they are effectively building their team and adding a huge element of deception where the good cats can't tell who is or isn't on their side. In fact, they might already be well on their way. Lionblaze, Sparkpelt, and Dovewing, we don't know what happened while they were exiled. That said, I did look through the scenes after they returned and didn't find any obvious hints. If they were possessed, they are amazing actors, but I just wanted to point out the possibility. Maybe they're falsely accused of being possessed later on? Dovewing getting possessed would be amazing for Ashfur because that gives him control over the opposition. And I guess that could be another reason Ashfur chose the codebreakers that he did. They're all pretty respected cats in their respective clans. The only clan that he's missing out on is SkyClan, which he could have reached if he got the tree like he said in his initial vision, but I guess Shadowsight was forgetful and there's only so much he can do. Oh, and the conflict mentioned with the cats being unsure about killing Bramblestar's body is so rich, and that can be yet another reason for these specific possessions. Clan cats will be reluctant to kill because the bodies of their loved ones are at stake. All the cats in the Silent Thaw keep fearing this all-out war against Ashfur and his supporters, and at this point it's just a matter of time. The book series is called Warriors after all. Okay, that's all I got for now. It's just a total mess of ideas. Warriors is more open to theories than it has ever been. I'm sure I got a lot of things wrong and hopefully a few things right. And I do want to make it clear that this is usually my intention whenever I make theory videos on current books. I try to get a good grasp on what's going on, but in the end, some things just can't be predicted. And I try to make my predictions a little out there just because it's way more fun that way. I guess I'll have a lot more to talk about when Veil of Shadows finally drops in April, or maybe the book 4 description will drop early and spoil the whole thing. But either way, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this plot goes next.